Welcome everyone to Before We Leave, a new type of city builder that's going to be coming to the Steam platform on May the 13th. So to get things started, I want to say a huge thank you to the developers for allowing me early access to the game so that we can understand a little bit more about it before its release here in just a few days on the Steam platform. Now, it is a different type of city builder in that it is a more casual experience. It is a non-violent city builder, which means that we are free to relax, take care of our resources, build our city, expand across the map, even into other planets, all the while not really having to worry about protecting our territory, protecting our resources, and so on, that we have to deal with in a lot of other city builders. So I'm very much looking forward to a more relaxed gameplay. But before we hop into the gameplay itself, we do want to take a brief look around the main menu, such as it is here, again, a few days before the release on Steam. So we do have our continue option for any games you might have ongoing. Now, I have played maybe about 30 minutes of this game. I don't like to play these types of games for very long before I bring them to the channel, because a lot of the fun that I have here on the channel is learning along with you guys, seeing a lot of things for the very first time. So I have played a little bit of the tutorial just to get an idea of what's going on, but that's about it. We have our options for setting up a new game, which of course can include the tutorial. We have some difficulty settings. I have been leaving everything at the default. We have number of planets. As I mentioned a little earlier, not only can we scout around and search on the existing planet that we're on, but later on in the game, we're going to have the option to travel to other planets and continue our colonization. We also have the game seed that is available. Coming back out, we also have some scenarios. Now, this is definitely not something I'm ready for, being so new to the game, and this is what our friendly reminder is telling us here on the screen. But we do have a few scenarios, and I'm sure there will be some others as the game progresses. And then, of course, we have the ability to load our game. We've got some achievements, and then let's quickly take a look at the settings. Now, here we're going to have our preferences for things such as autosave, language, hints, and so on. We have accessibility for any of you that might need to change certain things such as the colors, camera options for smoothness, brightness, and so on. So we do have some accessibility options there if needed. Camera options, whether you want to, by default, you're going to use the right mouse button to move the camera around. You can change that if you so desire. Edge scroll is there if you would prefer as well. But everything you see here is exactly as it was by default. The only thing I have changed on the options is the audio. I've turned the music completely off for recording purposes on YouTube. And then I have greatly turned down the special effects and the UI volume as well. The game has been playing quite loud, even though I have the volume turned down quite a bit overall. I've had to come into the main menu here and turn down some of the volumes even more so than normal. But other than that, everything we're going to see here is at default. Now, I am using a PC that is about 6 to 7 years old at this point. I do have a GTX 1070 graphics card, and here you can see our defaults are everything is basically on high, and you can see that is maxed out on most all of these options. So if you have a fairly decent PC that is within probably the last 3 to 5 years, you should definitely have no issues. And of course, we'll be running at 1080p as far as the resolution. And then finally, on the key bindings, this is not something I have really taken a look at all, because most of it is fairly familiar to you if you have played any sort of city builder or strategy type game. And again, we'll talk about more of that as we get into the gameplay itself. So that takes care of some of the options on the main menu. Now let's hop into a new game. So we're going to click on new game. We're not going to have the tutorial on, and this is mostly just for fun. The tutorial obviously is going to hold our hand and guide us step by step in what we need to do. However, I'm going to leave that off because, well, I want to have to guess and figure some of this stuff out. That just makes it that much more fun for everyone. And it also gives you guys an option to see a lot of things that I'm doing wrong, and you can put those in the comment section down below. And I promise you, you will not have to look hard to find things that I'm going to mess up. Now, difficulty settings, you can see there's a lot of things here, I am going to leave everything at default. Now, I mentioned that this is a casual gaming experience, a very peaceful city builder. However, there are guardians in the games. You see, we've got space whales and other guardians. I'm going to leave that on right now. I have no idea how they're going to affect the gameplay, but I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. So again, we're not going to make any changes in here, but I did want you guys to see the options that are available. So we're going to accept that. We've got our number of planets. I'm going to leave it here in the middle at 5. We're going to leave our game seed at default, and let's get to it. Now that we've spawned into the game, you can see I've got the game paused right now because I want to take a moment and talk about the storyline of the game, the history of the game itself, and sort of how we got here, as well as taking a brief look around the map and just sort of see what we've got to start with. So you notice here in the middle of the screen, we have what they're calling the shelter. So the idea here is, in the past on this particular planet, there was a cataclysmic event that forced all of the people underground. So this is the shelter. This is where the people are living right now. And the idea is that now they're ready to reemerge, recapture the land, and we're going to find a lot of remnants of that ancient civilization around the map. So here we've got a transmogrifier. We've got, a generator. So we have some source of electricity. It looks like it is in disrepair, so we'll need to address that. We've got ancient technology, so we're going to need to research that. And that looks like some sort of a gift. Yeah, there we go. Preserved objects. All right, I like it. Okay, as we look around, I see trees everywhere, so we're in a more temperate climate. I'm seeing stone around. I'm seeing what looks to have been skyscrapers, and it looks like we can mine this for stone. More ancient technology that we can accumulate. You notice that it is green in nature. We'll see both green and red. That's what I've seen so far in the tutorial. And again, that's about as far as I got, but I do know there are some different types of technology. More stone around I'm noticing. I see a ruined ship. So we've got a shipwreck nearby. It looks like we're going to have the option to repair that. That will let us set sail. And that'll be important because as I scroll out, you notice, again, going to use the right mouse button to move the camera around. This is all we can see right now. We can see the island that we're currently on, but really nothing beyond that. We have a few tiles of ocean to look at, and then we're going to have the reminders and hints that are going to pop up here for us. So we can also use not only the right mouse button that I'm holding down to move the camera, but we can also use the W, A, S, and D keys that I'm using now to move the map around. So we've got a couple of different options there. I'll probably be using more of the right mouse button than anything, but we'll see how things go as we get into the game and see what other keys we're going to need for some of the different options. So we know right now that everything is going to start from the shelter, and we're going to have to build from there. Now you notice we've got hexagons. So we're going to have to be very careful because not only are we going to have to place buildings such as houses and different factories and so on, but we're also going to have to put down roads. Now this is something that will mess me up because inevitably I'm going to get us stuck where we'll have, if we don't have access to roads, or if we can't build roads through an area, then we can't progress in that direction. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind, and I am sure that I'm going to mess that up. So basically, we have to build roads, and roads have to be connected, and every building has to be connected to a road. So we can't go around just building on empty tiles if there's no road nearby. So again, something we're going to have to keep in mind. We are also going to have the ability to remove some of these objects, such as the stone you see here or the forest that are on some of these tiles. However, we don't want to get rid of the forest if we can help it, because they are greatly useful for our civilization, not only to help with wood production, but also to remove pollution. So we definitely don't want to remove any more forests than we absolutely have to. So let's get started with some roads. Let's see, where do we want to go? And remember, we're still on pause, so no time has passed since we've been doing this. I think we're going to need to get rid of some tiles here. All right, so it looks like we've got a road that's already here. I'm going to go ahead and extend it, keeping in mind that we can't do anything. Can I put... I know we've got our chest here. I don't think this is going to hurt anything. So let's go ahead and extend it out in this way. Let's see, what can I do? So basically having the road through here is going to give me access to all of these tiles that are connected to it, but I need access to these. So let's see. Obviously we're going to need access to this thing, whatever this is going to be doing. So where do we want to put this? If I put a road right here and here, or at least right here, that'll give us access to all of these. So I like that idea. Let's do that. All right, I also know that we're blocked here, so we're going to have to go through there and get rid of this forest. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's line up a few things that we know we're going to have to get rid of. I also believe we're going to have to get rid of this one so that we can expand in this direction. All right, so we're going to set those up, and I think, are we all set for right now? I think so. Let's go ahead and start the time. So you can see we've got our guys coming out. They're coming out of the shelter. Now, there's a lot we can do here. There's going to be a lot of different menu options that we're going to see across both the top of the screen as well as sort of in this bottom left-hand corner. And again, we'll get more into those as time goes. All right, looks like these guys have figured out what we need to do there. They've gotten rid of the first couple of forests. So let's go ahead and extend our road network out. This is going to be very important because obviously if we can't build roads to reach it, then it is of no use to us. So here's what I'm dealing with right now. I need to get roads over to here. I know that, so let's go ahead and put a road there because we're going to need to get to this thing, again, whatever this thing is. And I know we're going to need to get over here. We're going to need to get to all of these tiles. The question is, again, I'm trying to keep from removing any more forest than I absolutely have to. So if we come down through here, we can remove these. In fact, let's just go ahead and do that. Let's set these up to be demolished and turn back on time for a moment. So if we have our road come through here and sort of do one of these, that looks like a pretty good option to me. I guess we'll find out, won't we? All right, so we've already reached the road on this side. Let's go ahead and do that. That should open up pretty much every tile here for us. And again, we're not going to worry too much about the time because as far as I know, it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Again, this is a peaceful, relaxing experience. And so that's what we're going to go with. So let's go ahead and start placing some huts. Now over here, I want to, with our forest area, I want to put our woodcutters over here. So I don't really want to go that direction. What about over here? It doesn't look like we're going to be mining. All our mining looks like it's going to be done up here. So I'm thinking maybe over here in this general area, we can, let's see, we can plant. We're going to need food. So we can put food over here. And maybe, let's see, what is that? Oh, that's our generator. Okay, so we're going to want factories over in this area. We won't want food over there. So maybe food here. Maybe our wood production over here. And let's see. So where are we going to put people? Yikes. All right, so maybe people, I guess we're going to have to go people right here and maybe start clearing out some of this. All right, let's clear out some of this. I really hate doing that. I really do not want to clear out any of the forest, quite frankly. But, all right, if we take our road right into here, let's see, that's okay. But if I do this, that's going to give us access to these tiles back here. And then if I go maybe like this, maybe that, That'll help out some. All right, let's start placing down some things. I know I'm going to mess this up. That's just a given. So let's start putting these down. Now, we're going to have bonuses, either good or bad, based on where we put these things. And we can see those in the bottom right-hand corner with the pop-up menu that comes along with the building. So, and I can also, I believe, rotate this building. Well, that certainly wasn't it. Let's see, how do I rotate the building? Yeah, there we go. So basically just by moving the mouse around, it will point at that particular road. I'm thinking I want it to point to give us the easiest access. So this one right toward the center. Okay, so no bonuses for that one really. But this next one, you notice that we do get a +1 toward people. So this particular hut will be able to hold an additional person because it is right next door to another hut. And this one, we're going to face it this way, and this guy, we're going to face that way. Okay, that should be enough. Right, of course, at the top of the screen, we're going to have how many peeps we have on the island versus the available housing. So let's see how many that gives us. That's 4 to get us started. There's one more slot. Let's go ahead and do that. One more slot here. Oh, we can't get a road over there. Okay, at least not right now. All right, so we'll come back to that. We've got a research. Looks like 15. All right, we've got that built, and now you see the peeps are going to slowly come in and fill that up over time. All right, so now we need some resources. So we need fields, wells. Okay, there's food and wells for water. Okay. What about harvests? Okay, wood. There we go. So we're going to put one right here. We're going to start with just one. All right, and we're going to need to start some research so that we can get things going. And for that, we're going to need an explorer's hut. And basically, the explorer is going to travel around to all of these ancient sites, and he is going to unlock technology. Now, we can't get up on top here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Using the mouse wheel to scroll. And so we're going to need some sort of elevator to get up on top here. So we can't touch that just yet. But I'm liking a road. Let's see, maybe our road go over to here, and that could be our elevator up. Maybe. I'm liking that idea. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and get rid of this. Part of me is afraid I'm going to put down too many roads and end up messing myself up that way. So, again, that's the fun of it. For me, is trying to figure out at what point I have really messed things up terribly bad. All right, our explorer, where does he want to be? Let's see. If we put him near this, he's going to have access to electricity, which he really doesn't need. This tile I want to keep open for more wood production. What about... what if we put him... What if we put him right here? That's not too bad. He's already right next to a site that he can research, so that's not too bad. All right, we've also got an opportunity maybe right over here, because this is, I see room for wood right here, so that will give us a second location and maybe a third one right here next to this, either here or on this tile as well. One thing we've got around here is plenty of trees right now, so I don't think wood production is going to be an issue for us long term. All right, so this guy should be out researching. Yep, and sure enough, there you see our guys headed over there to gather research. And you can see the research number, right now we have 23 remaining, and as they continue to collect it, that number will go down, and eventually, I'm assuming it's going to be an empty tile. All right, let's now go back to the pause menu. So we've got up some basics. We've got a few huts for space for 15. In fact, you can see we've already got 15 peeps that have come out of hiding below ground. So we've got that. So we've got some space for people to live. We've got some basic wood production underway, which we can see here at the top of the screen. And again, we're going to get a lot more information up here as we continue on. But for right now, we're trying to get some basics done. So wood production is going to be back here. And now we need food, like in a big, big way. So food if we're going in this direction for food, which I kind of like that idea. Again, wood production we've got in this area for right now. There's tons of wood all over, so I don't think we're going to be in any danger of running out of trees anytime soon. So if we take the road, and if we go, we know we're going to have to go this way. And if we go here, so that we have access to both of these tiles, and then if we go right through here, that could be good, and then maybe branch off that way. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to go ahead and branch off, open this up. And let's see, maybe demolish this one as well. So let's go ahead and turn these guys back on. Right now we have no use for the fast forward, either double or maybe that's quad speed. I can't quite tell. Looks like a 4X there. All right, so if we do this, so if we go through here, right, that's opening up all the tiles so far. And then if we go through, all right, if we branch off and go this direction for now, we're also going to want to go over here. So let's sort of think about that one as well. Where might we want to go over here to make sure I don't start building stuff on top of it? So we've got our branch to go over here and access these tiles, or at least most of them, maybe not all of them. So if we go straight here, then we can go really right through here and maybe do that and give us access to these tiles. So if we do that, all right, that gets us through there. Let's go ahead and do that and let these guys get over here and take care of that demolition. I was going to say, where's our peeps? We got 15 people, surely. We don't have a problem there. All right, so this guy is, there we go, done there. Okay, so we've got that. What about, oops, I'm going to need you to come back over here and open up here. And yikes, I am going to cut this off no matter what I do. Yeah, okay, I may be stuck right here with this. Because if I'm thinking I might want to do like something like that. That doesn't quite, I mean, it's going to leave a couple of tiles that are not going to be opened up. But I think that's pretty good, I think. Maybe about the best we can do, and then just put one there as well to open up as much of this area over here as possible. Yeah, I think we're okay, because then I can move the road here and get access to this one if need be. But first things first, we need some food production before I get too far along. So we need a well, and we need potatoes right now. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's put some potatoes right here, here, and here. Don't know how many of these we're going to need right now for our 15 peeps, but we've got 3 of them laid down. And then let's take a look. I'm thinking, like, if we come through for wood production, like if I clear this off, then that will give me quite a bit of area for wood production here with just one person there. So that means I can come through right there. And then maybe go right through there. Like that. All right, so as we're extending out, this is about as far as I will probably go in extending our colony right now. So, okay, so we go right there, and then right there. Okay, that's not bad. I don't think, anyway. And that's not a bad start. It's going to open up a lot of territory, and this is where I want to do some farming, like right here. We've got farming we can do in each of these three. And again, some more wood production there. There's some stone over there. All right, speaking of which, we need to get some stone. So let's go ahead and clear some stone out of the way if we have access to it. Where else do we have stone? Right over here. Can we get to that? Yes, we can. Even without a road there, we can get to that stone. That's good. And that looks like that's it nearby. So that tells me that the next thing we need to do... All right, so we've got our researchers or our explorers that are researching here. In fact, okay, we're down to 15 on that one before they branch out and have to get into some of these other areas. That's perfectly fine. What I really want to do is I would love to build our library, which is this building. That's where we're going to unlock future technologies. I would really love to do that right here, if we can. But we can put it right here. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's put it right there. I don't think we're really hurting anything. I know there's a couple of tiles we can't access by doing that. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. At least I hope it's not. Again, if it is, we'll find out soon enough. All right, so we've expanded out in this direction. All right, so we've got room to go this way. I like that. And we also have expanded out in this direction for some more. We're going to use this for wood cutting. I have to constantly remind myself of that. At some point, we're going to need a port. And a port we might be able to put like right here, because it'll be connected to the road. So that might not be a bad idea in the future, but we're getting the cart before the horse right now. All right, here we go. So now our library is finished. What do we want to research first? I like the idea of gardening, because that's going to give us more food, and the more access to food they have and more variety of food, the happier our colonists are going to be. The quicker they work, the better they work. So I like that. But also the elevator, that's going to get us up top on the mountains so that we can mine. So let's go ahead and start there. Let's get that elevator there so we can get it built, because we're going to build our elevator right over here, I believe. This is where we want the elevator. So do we have road in this tile? We do not. Or we do. Yes, we do. We do. We do. We've already put a road there. I couldn't tell. It was slightly going in there, but I couldn't tell if it was technically in that tile. So it is. So we're good there. Now look at this mess of roads over here. This is, yeah, this looks like one of my normal jobs in a city building game. All right, so we've got our first real technology that we've opened up. We've got our elevator. So an elevator, wait, it said we needed what? What were we missing for the elevator? We need tools. Okay, we need to do that. All right, so tools. All right, there is our elevator. We'll build that there. Okay, so we're good there. That'll give us access to more stone, as well as perhaps some iron up here somewhere. Maybe, hopefully, we've got some of that. Okay, so now we need to use the transmogrifier to make tools. That would be this wonderful thing. This big hulking piece of equipment here. All right, so we need wood in order to make 5 tools. So let's go ahead and get that started. So we need 15 wood. And how much wood do we have stored? It looks like 23 right now. Let's click on this just for a moment. And okay, we have available is 20. And okay, yeah, we need 15. So we're good to go there. Not a problem. And of course, we're going to have to keep our eye on our people. And what happens with our people? There you see we have used up all the research in this tile. Oh, we need water. I completely forgot about the water. Yeah, that's my bad there. So if I put water, I think I want the water very close to... Where can I put water? I could put it right here. That's right sort of in the center of all of our agriculture. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put the water there. That's not too much of a walk for anything, and this is sort of the middle of our agricultural area in the future, so yeah, that's not too bad. I like that. Yeah, we got it. You are trying to alert us that you need tools. We're working on that. You can see the work going on here. So we've got somebody is bringing wood over. Looks like they've got about half of it there. Now the question is, that's going to make 5 tools. So we need, is that 3 more? Oh no, we just need 3 total. So they need 1 more tool. So we're good to go there. As soon as this guy gets done, we'll be fine. And all right, so let's see the water. These guys need water. And yeah, water is not terribly close to them. That makes me think maybe we need another well over here. And if I put it like right there, that is, I don't want it over here in our industrial area if I can keep from it. So I guess this is probably our best bet. Let's go ahead and build one there in town. That'll give us hopefully plenty of water for our peeps here in the early. And I'm just going to have to remember to continue building these as we expand outward until maybe we get another source of water as we progress through the tech tree. Okay, so now these folks should be a lot happier that they can get their water. All right, how are we doing on different things? Okay, we know the tools. All right, let's make this a high priority. So we can make it a high priority, we can make it normal, or we can reduce it and make it a low priority. So I'm going to make this a higher priority because we have, yeah, we have one guy working on this, and right now he's trying to take care of his house. So we can't really fault him there. So I'll tell you what, let's do another, let's go harvest some more resources. All right, we need more tools for this because of course we do. I'm going to put this guy over here right in between these two. So we're going to put him there. I guess our next one will probably be right here in the midst of all of these. So things are shaping up pretty good. Right now, I don't know how good we're doing. I guess we'll find out how good my city planning skills are going. Oh, there we go. Hey, how about that? All right, so that gives us a couple of extra tools. So that means we should have enough for the woodcutter. And so what's happening here? All right, is he bringing anything back? No, doesn't look like it. So I have to actually click on this. It looks like in order to continue on. All right, so let's see how everything is going with our building. There you see the time lapse of our building. Now this is as much as I can zoom in to these guys as they're working. So there's our elevator. Now we can get up here. All right, so now let's go ahead and demolish this while I'm thinking about it. And that looks to be it. All right, so we've got a couple of areas right here that we can use. Eventually we're going to need a road going right through here if we're going to get to the other side without going down into this area first. So again, always trying to plan out roads up here. Let's get a, let's see, how do we want to do this? I think we're actually going to have to do a branch here. Something like, let's go in this direction, and let's see. How are we going to need to do this? I don't know that we can use these tiles right now for anything other than maybe building houses on them or something. That's an excellent question. So if we go this direction, then I can build right here. And I think that's what I want to do. But first, something tells me we're going to have to do some more research. So let's hop back over and do just that. All right, let's see what kind of research we can do. Now, we're getting close to the end of our first video today. Hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are, let me know down in the comments section below. And as always, if you have any tips for things that I'm messing up right now, then those are very much appreciated as well. Let's do mining. Real quick, I do want to get to that gardening. In the warehouse, I've got to believe we're going to need that here very soon. But right now, I feel like we're in a situation where we need everything. So we're just going to have to take it one step at a time. Now, this metal work, what is this going to do for us? Okay, iron. This is going to get us into iron. I believe mining gets us into, yes, stone. All right, so that's good. That's where we need to be right now. So I believe after we get done with mining, we'll be ready to go in the warehouse and gardening direction. But we need a sustainable source of stone, or at least I believe fairly sustainable. Yeah, you can see this isn't infinite, but it does have 500. So that's not too bad. What about this one? Yeah, that's another 500. So if I build a quarry right here, it should have access to both of these. All right, mining research is complete. Let's go ahead and build a quarry. Now the quarries are going to generate pollution, so we got to be careful not to put these too close. Let's see. Let's put that there. All right, now this guy, does he have... No, it says he doesn't have any pollution. Okay, it kind of looked like... Yeah, right there. Is that telling me... Oh, this is how far the pollution from the quarry expands. Okay, so we're okay there. I was worried that maybe this was giving off radiation or something. Yes, forests are slowly going to remove pollution, so... Yeah, so we need... I like the idea of this barrier here of trees as much as possible between all of our quarries and iron mines and so forth, and our people. So we want to keep these people as happy as we can, and I think we're doing pretty good right now. But we have come to the end of today's video. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying this game. I am really starting to enjoy this. The key going forward is basically the road networks and research. Hopefully, I do not cut off any areas from further development due to my poor city planning. But right now, everything seems to be humming right along very well. So in today's video, as a quick recap, we got some basic housing and shelter set up for our citizens. We've got a total of 15 peeps right now. We have a couple of woodcutters for some basic wood production. And then we've gotten started on our agriculture over on this side of the map. We've got water over here. We've got potatoes. And hopefully in the not too distant future, we're going to have even more crops that will make our people even happier. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and stick around for more before we leave.